Hello, everyone. Give me 1 second. I need to log into all of the apps, do all of the great things. So we're going to make this happen. Cross streaming, fun. Oops. Okay, let's get this started. Share with a tweet. All right, cool. Uh-oh. Our connection isn't that awesome on Instagram, but we'll live. So, if you are a freelancer, coach, or consultant who is looking for tips on how to feel more confident running your business, making decisions, working with clients, you are going to love today's conversation. We're going to talk about how to develop confidence in your freelance business. Welcome everyone, and stay tuned till the end because, as usual, I'll do a live Q&A where I'll answer all your questions, but at the end, so I don't get distracted, it helps due to me managing ADHD. And you can ask me anything about business, marketing, productivity, parenting, my life, whatever you need. So, hey, everyone. Once again, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me for today's conversation. My name is Ari Hale. I'm a certified business success and mindset coach. My team and I work with freelancers, coaches, and consultants like you to grow your businesses without the overwhelm and burnout. And my methodology is holistic. I don't believe in hustle and grind culture. I don't believe it's sustainable or a strategy to use long term. There are moments where that do require, some hustle and some grind, but it's not sustainable. So we're going to talk about how to develop confidence in your business. We're about to get started, but do me a favor, retweet this, tag a friend, and then share any takeaways you have using the listen to Ari hashtag. All right. So first, what does confidence mean? And so we can learn the definition so we can set the appropriate goal instead of confidence or whatever it is, you're claiming. It's not so like out there and unattainable. And so, a lot of times people are saying like, oh, I want to be disciplined. I want to be disciplined. Well, if you look up the definition of discipline, it's, forcing people to be obedient or preventing them from being disobedient using punishment. Like, I don't want to be punished. So we're going to look into confidence and see what confidence actually means. And then we're going to create some actionable things to do based off of what it means. All right. So according to Oxford Dictionary, confidence means a few things. It's the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something. It is the state of feeling certain about the truth of something, or it's the feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or qualities. All right, so we've defined it. That was the first step. Now, step 2, let's audit your mindset, your thoughts, and beliefs. And to do that, we are going to go and we're going to take the definition of confidence and we're going to turn it into a game plan. So I have some questions for you. I want you to journal on these questions. And the replay of this, it'll be available in the Twitter space. It'll be on Instagram. And then I'll post these questions in a thread underneath the replay. So you have these. So just listen and take notes. So the questions that I want you to journal on as far as like your confidence are, where am I being reliable for myself and in my business? Where am I not being reliable for myself and in my business? Because remember, one of the definitions was the feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something. So we're going to assess where you're at with being reliable, and then we're going to build reliability into it so that when you are telling yourself, I don't feel confident or I need to develop more confidence, we now have a list of where you're doing things well and where you have opportunities, and you can go back to that and check those things off, thus creating more confidence, right? So this is fun. I love doing this. Is like the mindset shit that I love. All right. So next question is, what processes or systems do I need to create or update so that clients can rely on me? What do I feel certain about when it comes to, what do I feel uncertain about when it comes to myself? What do I feel uncertain about when it comes to my business? Now, and then flip it. What do I feel certain about myself and my business, right? So we're going to look, there's duality. We're going to look at both sides, and there's no need to judge or shame or punish yourself. It's literally just an audit and an assessment to see where you are at with things. Next question. What abilities and qualities can you appreciate about yourself? And what abilities and qualities can you appreciate about your business? So now this list is now your new minimum acceptable standard for your thoughts, beliefs, and mindset. So all of the positives, where you feel certain, where you're being reliable for yourself and your business, the qualities that you can appreciate in yourself and your business, that is your new minimum standard for yourself. And you are going to keep that list and you're going to look at it and review it every time you're telling yourself or you're deciding that you're not confident. Now, we're going to decide what you need to feel and see in order to say, I am confident. So I want you to go back to your journal responses and I want you to write down, and it could be underneath on a new page, whatever. But I want you to write down all the opportunity areas where you can improve or create more structure. Your opportunity areas where you are feeling unreliable, where you feel you're being unreliable with yourself and your business. It's the processes or systems you feel you need to create or update so that clients can feel like they can rely on you. They're the areas where you're feeling uncertain about yourself or your business. Um, and so you're going to have that list, right? And you're going to reframe the things that you wrote down. And so I want you to write down, I get to be more, well, here's an example. I get to be more reliable in my business by sending clients a weekly Friday update report. So I took something that was an opportunity that I felt like I needed to create a system or an update for, and I turned that into, I get to do this thing. And so your action items for that would be to create a template for the weekly report, assign myself a recurring task to do the weekly report, write and send the report every Friday by 5 p.m. And so again, I want you to do this for every opportunity item. And notice I didn't say like where you're failing, where you're fucking it up. It is simply an opportunity to grow. Stop internalizing all of this shit and making it a part of who you are and your identity. It is simply a task, a thing to get done, an exchange between yourself and your client, yourself and your business, or yourself and yourself. But it doesn't have any bearing on what type of person you are. So you're going to start with, I get to be more reliable for myself or in my business by, and then you're going to write the action steps. So you'll say like, I get to be more reliable for myself by, I get to be more reliable in my business by, and then we can do this, or you can go through the definitions again, right? I get to feel more certain in my business by, um, I get to appreciate my ability to. I get to appreciate how the quality of my projects is just outstanding and my clients love them. And so I like these a little bit more. Well, I'm not big on affirmations anyway, but I like these more than affirmations because you can affirm and declare these things, but then you're more likely to believe them and do them when you add an action statement to them. And then you're removing yourself from it. It's not about you anymore. It's just about the task that has to get done. Okay. So next, how is this so far? Is this helpful? I tried to make like, I feel like confidence is kind of like an abstract thing. And so I tried to make it like as actionable as possible, like to explain how to do these things. So if it's resonating, let me know. If this sucks, let me know. We'll talk about it anymore after today. Yes, I'll include the questions in the description and everything. So don't worry. And then you'll be able to listen to this again. All right. So next step is, what support do you desire? And so this goes especially for like my Black women, my women of color. There is this message out there that we should only get what we need to survive. And I think that's bullshit. And I feel like anytime, I'll speak for myself. In the past, I've experienced that anytime I've decided that I just want something and it's outside of like a basic survival need, but I want it, if I share that, my experience has been that I have to explain it. I have to prove why I want it. I have to make a case for why I want that thing. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, fuck it. I want it because I want it, period. There's no explanation. I don't need to explain it. I don't need to earn it. I don't need to convince, to persuade. If it's something that I want and it's going to make me feel good, and it's, I say reasonable in the sense like, you shouldn't be doing hard drugs, right? Like, within context. But, if I want it, if I decide I want that thing, then that's it. There's nothing to talk about outside of how can I help you to get that thing, or what do I need to start doing to go get that thing. So I want you to write down a list of the things that you need, you want, and you desire. And I want you to erase, release the need to explain, to earn, to persuade, to convince. And if you couldn't fuck it up and no one had anything to say about what you're doing, what you want, what would you desire? What support would you what support would you desire to help you feel more confident? So, what's an example? What's something? I like Botox. I get Botox every 3 months in my forehead and between my eyebrows. I love getting Botox. It helps me feel more confident on video. It helps me feel more confident doing these live streams. Do I think I am beautiful without it? Of course. We've seen the material, right? Of course. But I like getting my Botox. That's it. So I go get my Botox regardless of what anyone has to say, regardless of my partner saying, I don't need it. You're great without it. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then I go make my appointment and I go get my fucking Botox. So I want you to have that energy with what you feel is the support you need to feel more confident. So some examples could be, do you need a therapist? Do you want a therapist? Do you desire to work with a therapist? Is it a coach? Is it a mentor? Is it, collecting your testimonials and making a book out of them and keeping them on your desk? Is it going to the gym? Is it getting the trainer? Is it meal prep? Is it, having a hype squad who just like, I need love, y'all. Can you just hype me? Can you just tell me like I'm the shit and hype the fuck out of me? What is it that you need? And go there and I want you to write down the thing that you're hesitating to write down. That is what I want you to write down. The thing that you're overthinking, over explaining, the thing you're talking yourself out of. Those are the things that I want you to write down. And then I want you to go start doing that thing. I want you to create momentum. I want you to take imperfect action. And so let's say if it's a therapist, right? I want you to go research therapists that you can work with. And then I want you to see what it's going to cost. What will it cost to have this type of support? And I want you to let the cost to just be a number. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't say, I can't afford it right now. I'll never be able to afford it. Just let it be a number on a screen. And now you know, okay, however this is going to happen, I'm not worried about how it's going to happen, how it's going to work out. I at least know in my head, this is the number that I need to have. And if you're already in business working with clients, or you are working, you can start to add that to your budget and just start with one thing. Like, okay, this therapist is $100 a session, and I want to start with 2 sessions a month. So I need to add $200 to make sure that I can do this. Now you at least can hold the energy of knowing, okay, the support I need to help me along this journey costs this much. Now, in the meantime, before I can afford that, have I utilized all the free resources and information that is out there on the internet? No, you have not, probably not. And the difference between this and like how most people do things is, this is what I do. I like to start with free to make sure I like what I'm doing, right? So I'll pick one thing. I will go through it completely, and I will pick 1 to 3 things I'm going to take action on from what I'm learning from that free thing. And my goal for myself is I'm going to go and complete at least one of these action items before I go buy something else, download something else, watch something else. When you do that, you start to take action. And a lot of times you pull yourself out of that over analysis, let me look into it, let me research mode, where you just go down the rabbit hole and then never do anything. There is free information out there that works. You're just not doing the work. You're consuming. And there needs to be a balance between you consuming and you creating or taking action. You start to feel overwhelmed. And I got this from Paige Michelle, who teaches human design. She made this point this week where it's like you create a karmic imbalance when you're just consuming. It's like you're blowing air in a balloon and keep blowing and blowing and blowing and blowing. At some point, there's going to be enough tension for it to pop. Right? At some point, you're going to have to take what you're consuming and turn it into something. But you don't want to feel that tension and resistance by over consuming. So pick one thing to study and start with, go through it, pick 1 to 3 things you're going to take action on, and then go do those 1 to 3 things before you go and consume the next thing. You need to create more of a balance. Okay, final thing. Experiment until you find what works for you. So like you cannot fuck this up. It's your confidence. Right? Like you can't mess it up. It's a journey and no one knows the specific thing that's going to work for you. Or, maybe it's things but you're finally in a place in life where it clicks and it makes sense. That happens to me all the time. I realized this month that I have everything I need to accomplish what I want to accomplish. I just haven't been using the shit. I keep buying books, not realizing like, wait, you already have the damn books. All the information's in there. What are you going to go take action on and start doing? What are you going to experiment with? And I feel a lot of times we get scared of failure because we think like, oh, I need to get this right the first time on the first try, even though I have no experience doing this thing before. I have to get it perfect this one time. And like, think of babies, right? When babies learn how to walk, they fall down. And then when they fall, do they just stay there and decide I'm never going to fucking walk again? No, they get right back up. So you're really gonna let a 1-year-old or younger have more tenacity than you do? They have more grit. A little baby is willing to put in more work than you and not be a quitter. That's how I think of it. So I'm going to keep trying things until I find what is starting to work so I can get to the point where it's working. Okay. So I want you to be curious. It's okay to be curious. It's okay to try, and it's okay to decide this isn't for me. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to pivot. I think the only failure is when we decide we want to do something and then we quit without even trying, right? There's a difference between quitting and like, you know what? I actually don't want to do that, so I'm not going to fuck with it. Okay, so give yourself 30 days to experiment and fully integrate what it is you're experimenting with, unless you just have a visceral, like, no, this is not for me. And it's not about like 30 days in a row, right? It's not about checking something off a list. It's more so about like, can I be consistent with this over time? Can I be imperfect with it? But can I sit in this and really see if this is something that I want to continue to do? All right, so that's all I got for y'all as far as like confidence. So if you're coming in late, you can watch the replay. I'll put the questions in there for you. But to recap how to develop confidence in your business, it's learn the definition of the word you're claiming as part of your identity and being. So if the word doesn't align with what you're trying to be or what you're trying to do, stop claiming it as something you want or need to be. So go look up what confident means. Go look up what discipline means. Read those definitions and then decide, make a conscious decision. Is this something that I want to integrate into how I am, who I am? If not, it's okay. Release it. Find something else that is more aligned. If that definition is aligned with you, then cool. Move forward with it. Audit your mindset, thoughts, and beliefs. So is what you're thinking and believing and telling yourself in alignment with what that definition is and with who you want to be and with what you want to do? If your thoughts, your beliefs, and your mindset aren't aligning with that, you need to work on now becoming aware of what you're thinking. You're aware of that it doesn't align. And now you need to start replacing those thoughts with thoughts, beliefs, and a mindset / attitude that aligns with who you want to be and what you want to do. Next, I want you to decide what you need to do to feel safe. I want you to decide what you need to feel safe, to feel, see, and be more confident. So what is it that I need to feel so that I feel confident? What is it that I need to see happening so I can feel more confident? What do I need to be doing so I can feel more confident? It's your life. It's your business. You get to decide what those things are. There is no wrong answer. You just get to choose. Like, it's literally that simple. Like, you decide this is what I need to feel confident. Like, if you need to wear sexy lingerie under your work clothes or under, your shirt for your Zoom call, if that's what makes you feel confident, that's what makes you feel confident. You decide. There's no wrong. Be unapologetic about what you want, what you need, and what desire you need when it comes to the support you need to feel more confident. So, we have the exercises that I shared earlier, and those are a great starting point, but you may need additional support, and that's cool. And you get to decide what that is without everyone else is, projecting all over you and reacting to you doing something for yourself. Have blinders on, shut everyone else out, and go for not only what you need, but what you want and desire. Start taking action. So start research, look into the cost, let the cost be a number, right? Keep that in your head that it's just a number. This is what I need to, get that support. And in the meantime, go find a free resource, go through that resource, pick 1 to 3 action items, take action on those things before you go to the next free resource. And then be willing to experiment. All right. So that wraps up today's conversation about how to develop confidence in your freelance business. So we're going to do Q&A now. If you're on Instagram, type in the chat. If you're on Twitter, raise your hand. If you're on YouTube, you can type into the chat. And before I answer questions, so I'll give you a second to get your questions and stuff ready. Starting February 7th, I'm hosting a free 4-day workshop called Positioned for Premium Clients. And the goal of the workshop is to teach you how to attract, work with, and retain premium clients. We're going to be working together for 4 days. It's me, coaching, templates, tools, training, actionable. If you've done anything, any of my events, you're good with just the free stuff. The goal of any of this, the goal of me marketing, doing these lives, doing these workshops is I do want you to join me in Allergic to Hourly, my hybrid group coaching program. And so, but I'm willing to be of service first and build good faith and show you like, look, we get results no matter what we do around here. So that is the goal in full transparency. And you can learn more or sign up at arihale.com/premium-clients. The link will be in here as well. All right, so let's answer questions. I don't see anything on Instagram, so I'm going to check the Twitter. It doesn't look like anyone has questions, so we can go because I got to go run an errand. So I don't mind if no one has questions. All right, I'll give it like another few seconds. And if not, I'll hop off. I will talk to y'all again next Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Hey, Gum, love you too, girl. And I don't know what to talk about next week. So if y'all have ideas or topics, go ahead and leave them under the replay or comment, and I'll create some actionable content around them. And, oh, okay, we do have some requests. Hey, Andrea. Can you hear me? Oh, you're muted.
My microphone, sorry.
I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know if you already talked about this. I popped on late. I'm so sorry. But I know a lot of times people think about having confidence as like never doubting themselves. And so I wondered if you can talk about the fact that even though you have experienced success and, you're doing great things, that even having confidence will still find you working at that on a consistent basis. Like it's not a destination, it's a journey. And with every step, you're going to continue to work through those things. Is that something that you already talked about?
No, we didn't. So that's a really great point. Andrea is one of our coaches in Allergic to Hourly also. You can see why I love her because we can always have these really good discussions. No, that was great, Andrea. Thank you. With any feeling you're feeling or anything you're trying to be, anything you're trying to do, it's almost silly to expect 100% like perfection all the time, right? And so instead, the way that I see it is I'm never trying to be perfect. These things are for me for when I fall off track, because I know I'm going to fall off track. And so it's more so a matter of like, okay, I have my confidence checklist. I know how I want to feel. So when I'm not feeling those things, or I'm stuck in the opposite where, I'm feeling doubtful, I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling insecure, I now have a resource I've created tailored exactly to me to get back to the feeling that I want to get back into. And so I won't speak for anyone else. I'll speak for myself. What I've learned, especially like diving deep into like the mindset work and like the certifications that I'm, in or have done, is it's not about never feeling that thing or avoiding feeling or being that thing. when you're trying to actively like avoid it, you're constantly thinking about it, and then you feel it or become it or do it. So instead, it's more so, I know I'm going to be that thing, right? I'm going to be the bad guy at some point. I'm going to be the asshole. I'm going to feel insecure. I'm going to feel jealous. It's more so about being aware of where you're at and then working to actively process and move yourself into a different state of being, into a different version of yourself, just getting out of that energy that you don't want to be in anymore. And so again, I think, to answer Andrea's question or to build upon what she was saying is, it's not about never being that thing, never doing that thing. It's being aware of, I'm doing this thing. I'm being this small version of myself. I'm feeling this thing. I'm aware of it. Now let me move out of it and into where I want to be, or into who I want to be, or into how I want to show up, so I don't know if it wasn't really a question, but I think those are my thoughts on what Andrea said. There we go. Okay, I think there's one more person, Ashley, and then I have to go. Hey, Ashley. You're muted. I don't know if it's letting you unmute or not. And I don't know how to tell you how to unmute because I don't know Twitter Spaces that well. Hello? I'm going to give her a second, then if not, we'll hop off. Okay, no, I think she might have just hit it on accident. All right, y'all. Well, again, I'll see you next Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. I need topics. So if there's anything you are struggling with, or you want more information, or like just my thoughts on it, when it comes to mindset, your business, marketing, let me know. Please share. I'm happy to, create some content around that and just be of service. And I hope to see you in the workshop. So there's like a link in my bio, or you can go to arihill.com/premium-clients. I'll drop a link for y'all also. And yeah, let's work. All right, y'all. Bye. Thank you for being here.